What up to y'all on IG who stayed there? Appreciate y'all. What's your thoughts on the Mavs? I'm definitely going to talk about that. How does the top four finish in the East? That's a good question, my boy. My boy Daniel was good, fam. It's a great question. Honestly, if Brooklyn could get a run going, they can make because they're not that far, only 5 games back. But there's not that many games left, so it's kind of a lot of ground to cover. But for the end, for the Nets, the fact that they could get they could get the away seed in, like bottom 5 to 8. That'll be even crucial for them because they're always on the road. They get 4 games on the road guaranteed. So you know what I mean? Yeah, the Mavs. We're gonna talk about that. The Mavs. I don't know what the Mavs is doing, fam. What are the Mavs? I don't know what y'all doing, fam. Like, dog. I don't know what kind of nonsense these Mavs is doing out here, but that shit fugazi, yo. That shit fugazi, yo. Dog. Like, let's go look at it. Let's go really look at it. Let's go really look at it. Okay, what did the Mavs do? The Mavs, Suns, I don't know. Torrey Craig went back to the Suns. I guess they wanted whatever. They wanted back Hornets, Wizards. They get Montrez. That will help them, you know what I'm saying? But this right here, this bullshit right here. Wizards get KP and a future second round pick, and Mavs get Spencer Dinwiddie and Bartans. Bartans is great for the Mavs. I already know that. That's what they really wanted, right? But because again, you're making KP be a Bartans. That's what they're basically doing. So I understand that from the Mavs standpoint because again, they feel like their best offense is the Luka offense, and everybody's spot up. It's similar to Harden's offense, anyways, right? PNR switch, and I kill the smaller man, and or do my step back three on the bigger man, and then if they help and they double or they triple, then I kick out the shooters. So that's the Luka offense. It's the typical Harden, Houston offense, right? So like it's the same thing, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying. Bertans fits that. But Dinwiddie ball handling, Dinwiddie not a shooter just spotting up like that. Like he needs to create and maybe when Luka goes to the bench, but they had what's his name? Brunson. They had Jalen Brunson off the bench creating. And you had defense and everything. So like that Dinwiddie part of the trade makes no damn sense to me. For Washington, KP is gonna be like he's gonna look like the Knicks KP again. He's gonna be able to do more, post up, do whatever. Like it's beautiful for the Wizards. Then you have KP and Beal in a PNR, especially when Beal next season is, you know what I mean? Before they want to try one last chance before they just trade Beal. You know what I'm saying? Because you still have Kuz, you still have other guys, you still have creators and etc. So like KP fits that. And you could see that like he's gonna go back to being himself. I know KP probably happy, you know what I mean? But like, dog, you saying Bertan's been trash? No, he's a shooter. It's about dog. Come on now. I know what Raja Bells. I don't know what you be saying, fam. I don't know what you be saying, but like for the most part, like dog, I don't understand, man. I don't understand like I understand the Dinwiddie part. Someone talk to me if you think that is IQ. That's what I do. Like I'm asking y'all because that Dinwiddie part makes negative sense to me. I don't like. I don't see that. I don't see that play style and that mesh. I don't see that high working at a high octane level. Like you already know. Like I said, Tim Hardaway spotting up, shooting, like and then off the maybe. Like I said, when Luka goes to the bench, that Dinwiddie component. But like for the most part, I don't see that, yo. And if y'all who are asking about the Nets and Sixers, you could go back to my the live I just did. I talked about that in depth. I'm not going back that again right now for the most part. You know what I'm saying? We talked about the Nets and Sixers for the most part. I went in depth with that. But again, yo, like dog, and the YouTube, yo, I had 40 mans and then the thing just cut out. Now I'm back to 12, fam. That shit is anus. But anyways, we gonna run the numbers up. But for the most part, yo, yeah, dog, that Dinwiddie shit is anus. I don't like that part of the trade. I don't. Some GM sometimes is like I don't. Maybe they like dog. Luka plays the way Luka plays, yo. It's not changing. Even with J Kid coming there, it doesn't really change that much. So like that makes no sense. That's negative. You're right. You're right, Daniel. That shit anus. Traso, my boy, that shit is fugazi. Most definitely, Brooklyn run the trade trails. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Like I know exactly. Dinwiddie gonna be spotting up. Like he's not a spot up nigga, So like, dog, that shit make no sense. But again, if y'all keep asking about the about the Brooklyn trade, dog, the Brooklyn won the trade is night and day. But the Sixers, I understand it from their perspective. But Brooklyn, they is not even a discussion. It's not even a discussion, You're gonna see Brooklyn's gonna be Golden State 2.0, fam. I told y'all. Might even be 3.0. That I'm telling y'all, you're gonna see buckets at a high octane level. That shit gonna be lethal. Well, you'll see. You'll see. Right now, it's more even confirmed than that's coming out the East, fam. In my eyes, I'm telling y'all, unless something happens with an injury, again, knock on wood, but that shit is unguardable, yo. That shit is on. And Seth, I'm not gonna go into that. But I know the KP. A lot of people be looking at Porzingis like he's ass, and it's like, dog, you're making the man spot up, fam. You're making KP spot up. You're making him move Fugazi, dog. Like at some point, man's got to do their due diligence and really go look at how KP was scoring. Just go type in Kristaps Porzingis full highlights on YouTube with the Knicks, and then go look at it with the Mavs, and you'll see night and day, fam. Night and day. The way he scores is different. You can't make a creator spot up. Kuz showed you that. Ingram showed you that. Jordan Clarkson showed you that. Look, when they leave that spot up situation, look how they thrive, yo. Come on, you can't make creators spot up. It's night and day, yo. You can't, like, they need rhythm, fam. This is hoops. This is a hooper talking, yo. You can't just make me spot up, but I'm a step back artist. What are you talking? Even Harden don't spot up, yo. Like, what are we talking about? Like, some point you could see it's politics, right? Some men sacrifice, some men don't. Some play styles fits like perfect. Westbrook, look how Westbrook with the Wizards, with every other team he's snapping, and he's doing his worst with the Lakers. Why? LeBron sits, he snaps. Why? You know what I mean? Like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. You gotta use our brains, fam. You gotta use our brains first. Don't be plugged in the matrix. The media matrix. Don't be plugged there, yo. Don't be plugged. Don't be plugged, yo. Kristaps Porzingis is gonna look elite with the Wizards. I'm telling y'all. So now let's look from who else? Oh, Clippers. This Simmons mentally prepared. Are you out your mind, fam? Simmons was never mentally weak. He was in his weak play style. People look at it. No, I don't want to always go to the Nets because there's other shit to talk about. But you know what I mean? That's the main. That's the main. That's the meat and potatoes. Pause. So look, Simmons was never mentally frail. In everyone else's eyes, it looked like he was mentally frail, but he was not mentally frail. He was in a weakness. For instance, look at Westbrook. You think Westbrook is mentally frail? Isn't he looking like Simmons as well too? Westbrook is one of the strongest mental guys. Like, that man don't play. He will snuff you, yo. Like, what are we talking about? Westbrook don't play. Is he mentally frail? And look how he looks mentally frail. This dog, come on now. Like, he's not mentally frail. Simmons was never that. It's just, I'm not comfortable. I'm playing with a guy who's holding my whole paint. You want me to shoot when I don't shoot? I'm not even comfortable. Like, dog, you want a non-shooter to just live shooting? Like, what kind of IQ is this? Like, come on now, yo. Come on now, yo. Even Giannis the same man. This is why it's just funny how you can see media moves the goalpost. Giannis is the same man who wasn't splashing, right? Giannis wasn't splashing threes. He's not shooting like that. And they told him, yo, you need to be able to shoot. That's why you're losing the playoffs. Then when he's now with the Bucks, and Drew Holiday's there in this last postseason, yo, why are you shooting? Giannis, just go to the paint. They can't guard you. Look how they switch. So why can't you say that for Ben Simmons? Just go to the paint. They can't guard you. But now you want him to shoot. Like, does it make sense? Does it make sense? What are we really talking about, fam? Like, Ben Simmons is not mentally frail. Best believe. You'll see a whole new Ben Simmons, and you'll be like, yo, what, like, dog, you'll see. Clippers need a big man. I mean, they have Zubats, and for this most part, like, they're just probably trying to stack up. Their small ball is their best lineup. Now they look at it. So they're trying to solidify their small ball lineup because it's like, dog, why are we getting this big man if he's not going to use? They had Cousins. They had Ibaka. They had Zubas. They have all these big men, and they don't be used like that because, again, the threat guys in the West are small ball. Even when you face the Lakers, 80, you could use small ball. Like, 80 is not a brolic, break your chest big. So all the threat teams in the West, you could use small. Even 18, they used small ball and they went 6 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you have a big, this is why I try to tell people, like, again, this is another conversation. We're going to talk about more trades. This is another conversation. I try to tell people that the rim protectors are actually, yes, they block shots in the paint, but they're the reason for a lot of defensive mishaps. They're literally the biggest liability on defense. It's not the guy who's a baby in the post. It's not the guy who's even hard and playing bad on the perimeter. The weakest defenders in the NBA, if you look, that create all the problems is the big man. Really look, Because the big men, they're not going to switch. If they switch on a Chris Paul pick and roll, they're getting fried because it's just a mismatch. And if they don't switch and they sag off in the drop coverage, they're getting killed in the midi because man's is pulling up and trading off ability. Man, Steph Curry pulling off the gaps off of a curl like Embiid be sagging off and he be sussing bare. So, these men are getting screened. Trae Young killed the Sixers off that same reason. You know what I'm saying? The bigs are the culprit of defensive mishaps, which is why you see a lot of teams eventually, when it matters, have to go to small ball because we switch everything and we can move actively defensively. It does, and if you go to the paint, mans aren't just dunking on your beam like that. There's no shacks. So as long as you contest, it's okay. And even if you give that up, it's just twos. The threes beat you in this NBA now. So guard the perimeter and everything else. Look how Rudy got exposed exactly. So these big men they should not be winning Defensive Player of the Year. It should be the Draymonds, the hybrid defenders, the Bams, the Draymonds, the ADs, the KDs. Those guys who could guard the perimeter and guard the paint should be the most valuable defenders. And then not on top of that, the Thybulls, the Simmons, the Mikal Bridges, the lengthy perimeter defenders are the ones that actually should be winning Defensive Player of the Year. The one you stop the three, everything else changes in this NBA. So, like, why are we rewarding just the old school rim protectors? Like, that shit is cap. That shit is cap. That shit is cap. They're the reasons why they lose a lot of these times. Go really look. So, anyways, where you put in Ben in the half court, Ben is going to bring up the ball and he's going to ball handle and he's going to do handoffs. And if he doesn't have the ball, the paint is free. He'll be the one setting the screens. He'll set the pin down for KD. You switch because the big's going to have to guard Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not, you switch a pick and roll or pin down with KD. KD now has a baby at the free throw line. You're not going to try and switch that. So because with Ben Simmons, you're not going to try and switch. You're going to create a lot of havoc. So off his handoffs, you're not trying to switch. So now the guy coming off the curl is open like Joe Harris, Patty Mills, whoever. And then slip for Ben, lob threat. Like I'm telling you, he's going to eat. Get the rebound, I'm gone, Shooters on the wing, you got a card, I'm going to punch. If not, you come to me. He has vision. People forget. He's an elite playmaker. Like, he's literally Draymond 3.0. Draymond 3.0 because he's aggressive as shit offensively, like when he's comfortable. Come on, man. Mikal Bridges. What are you talking about? It's not Michael Bridges. It's Mikal Bridges. Anyways, so now, like, dog, that's a side point. But let's go back into it. So that's why you see the Clippers really honing in on this small ball. So, like, the trades they made, let's go look at it. Let's see what happened here. What did they do? They did for the most part, they got rid of Ibaka, which was obviously, like, if you're a Clipper fan, you really know that, like, damn, Ibaka can pick and pop. Like, they didn't use him properly because, again, he was injured when they really needed him. And then now when he's really healthy, there's no Kawhi, there's no PG. So you didn't get to see the full, like, capabilities of a Serge Ibaka, what he would do. So they're just like, yo, get rid of this nigga. And he's a free agent next year. So there's, like, if you get rid of him, you get Rodney Hood. Semi fits perfectly what they're doing. Rodney Hood is another creator, so you add that. They got Norman Powell. They got Covington, who fits perfectly. Like, they got a lot of guys who could do, small, that could play small ball. 6'7", 6'8", can play maybe the 5 because they're not pinched, they're not scrawny. They have proper, they have good girth paws, and they have, good mobility as well, can guard the perimeter. Like, Covington and Samuel Ojale is going to be very vital in the Clippers defensive scheme. Then you still got Kawhi, you still got PG. Like, I'm not looking at the team without them, right? I'm looking at when they're there. When they're there, how Mans is going to look. So, for the most part, I know it's like, dog. And you still got Zubats at the end of the day for those scenarios where you have a brolic big, Embiid, Jokic, but then Jokic is just a nightmare mismatch because, again, you can't really play Zubats because he switched, and then it's like Mans is getting killed. So it's like, it's tough. So, for the most part, though, the Clippers will be fine. They're going to be elite though, when Kawhi and PG come back for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Nets are coming out the East. Yes, they're coming out the East. What are we saying on IG, yo? On YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Zubats gets killed defensively, gets good bigs. He doesn't get killed. He gets killed somewhat on the block in the post, but for the most part, he's getting killed because he's literally confused. He's literally in a trance when he's playing defense, because the bigs he's guarding the most skilled and bully. He's guarding skilled bullies, so they could pop, they could shoot. So it's like, it's so unconventional for the typical Zubats type of big man that just guards the paint. It's hard, man. It's hard, yo. That's why he's getting killed. He's not getting killed just like if you just have who's a brolic just inside big. I don't even know who. I don't even know nowadays. Like, let's say he had to guard a Drummond. Drummond is not just fooding him, right? He's not just getting fooded by those type of bigs. So it's more so everything is schematically. It's just the whole team overall and it's a chess game. It's not really one-on-one essentially in this NBA. It's a chess match. So, everything is like, even the lob threats, right? It looks like Zubats is getting punched on off the alley or getting killed, but he had to he had to hedge. So, then the man rolled, and then because that guy's such an elite creator in the mid-range, he has to help his defender that's, help his man that's getting screened. He has to help him, because if he leaves him, killed in the drop. So now you help him. Now your man slips, and it looks like you're getting killed. No, I have to help you, fam. So it's just chain reaction. It's just, Zubats, he's not a scrub. Trust me, yo. So that's why I don't get too worried about that. You know what I'm saying? It's all depending on whether KD or Kyrie. They like the trade. KD talked to Ben Simmons. I'm telling y'all, man, hoopers are hoopers. KD's back in Golden State, basically, yo. That's what I'm telling you, man. As a hooper, when you're watching Harden go da 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 da, you're like, dog, what am I doing? KD doesn't make it look difficult because you swing to him with 3 seconds, pump fake, one dribble, pull, bucket. It don't matter. Buckets is on a platter for that nigga, yo. So it don't matter. But I'm telling you, man, you have to understand, like, hoopers know when their game is like, when something's countering, when something's sussing us how to maximize we could be, it's harder. They don't want to say it, but they know. They know. They really know. And if the man's gonna leave anyways in the summer, trade the man, yo. Trade the man. What are we talking about? Dog, Harden, I like Harden. I like him. He's a superstar. Don't get it twisted. But that play style is fugazi. He just, dog, off the screen, Harden, go do a step back, matey. Go do a one dribble pull up. Like, advance your bag, fam. He just does the one same dimensional thing, and it works. It works. But when it doesn't work, what are we doing? And that's why you see him not go as far as he should go in the playoffs. There's a reason, that play style. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's fugazi. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. So I'm telling you, the Nets are now, it's night and day how they're gonna look. So off the Nets, who else? The Cam Reddish. Oh, they should have traded for Cam Reddish. Who said that? What happened? The Raptors sold. They should have traded for Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish on the Raptors would have been nice, but it's hard to trade when you're thriving right now. Like, they literally went from like 10th, 11th, 12th to 6th seed. Obviously, the Nets drop has a huge part to do with that, because, again, if the Nets was where they'll be 7th, or, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it don't matter. Like, they're snapping. So it's like, dog, you don't have to break what's working sometimes. I know, always get better and whatever. Not everything pans out the way it's going to pan out. Ride the wave, fam. Ride the wave, especially, like, who you going to lose for Cam Reddish, right? So it's like, dog, I don't know about that. But, you know what I mean? You think Cam Thomas plays in the playoffs? Yes and no. I mean, and I even forgot about Cam Thomas. Like, when you have this play style flowing, Cam Thomas will play. But again, he'll probably play the most when Kyrie's not there. But then again, does he even need to play fully when you have Seth, Patty, and Ben, right? Guys are going to lose some minutes, right? James Johnson going to lose some minutes. Bembry going to lose some minutes. He might play, because you can't have too many non-shooters. Like, some guys are going to lose some minutes. So it is what it is. That's how the NBA works, yo. When you lack ability, you become more replaceable, and you lose on the rotation. It happens like that. That's the NBA, yo. That's business. But, I'm telling you, the Ben you're gonna see, yo, I can't wait. I can't wait, yo. I can't wait. I can't wait to see. He's gonna shut Bear Man's up. All of y'all that hated on Ben are in for a rude awakening. You give me the whole paint. Even he can play. And the thing is, when he even killed the Nets in that playoffs the one time, he had Greg Monroe, who was in the paint. But it's not the fact that a big is in the paint, because he has the dexterity, he has the athletic ability to avoid defenders, and or be athletic enough to punch or floater, and he has skill within his non-skill. If you get what I'm saying, he's not just layup, layup, layup. There's a little bit of a floater, the wrong hand floater, the wrong hand hook, same hand hook. Like, he has a little bit of soft touch floater game in his arsenal near the rim. But the thing is, when you have a player that's just one-on-one in the paint hogging it, that's when Ben now is useless. Having a big just being in the paint at some time does not necessarily clashes with him, because he'll find ways to score. But when you have one that's just sitting there isoing and holding the rock, and it's not in my hands, Ben will look fugazi. And that's what you saw. How do you see it? Ben, yeah, he can play point. I'm telling you, he's going to be Draymond 3.0. He can play point center mark. He could do all of that. You know what I'm saying? He could do all of that, fam. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. What's good? At least have on the roster facing stronger, taller big. Exactly, yo. Why do the Raptors refuse to get a 6'10" big? Okay, let me answer Trey Sill's common. The Raptors. So let's talk about the Raptors real quick. And like I was saying before, the Raptors getting a 6'10 plus big makes sense. It makes sense for the most part when, again, you have to look at how Pascal and Scotty play. Yo. Like if you add a big that can't shoot, it's gonna add more clogging. Look, if you really watch the Raptors, they're clogging, like they're making it work. You know what I'm saying? But they're because they're defensively elite right now. But the clogging and the spacing is hella horrendous, especially in this new NBA where their teams have spacing. Like the spacing the Raptors have is like it's like throwing it back a couple years. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's fugazi. You have Scotty, Pascal, and sometimes even Boucher be in the paint, and you have Kem Birch, you have Precious. They have three mans in the paint sometimes. Like I'm watching, like, and that's why you see sometimes they struggle. You know what I'm saying? And if they're not in a fast up tempo, defense, lead to offense type of game in transition, but when you add another big to that, it's like it's kind of a redundant of play style. If you add a big like a Miles Turner that could shoot and rim protect, that's the big I know they want to look for. That will be the big that they get. But if you're gonna get another big that's one dimensional, it's gonna make it harder. It's gonna. I'm telling you, it will improve certain things, but the things that they will suss is gonna be way worse. And the Raptors will. You don't do that. You don't make that. You don't pull that trigger, especially when you're already winning, right? So I mean, can Thad stretch the floor somewhat? I mean, he's not a rim protector. He's more so similar to Pascal, but could shoot more and can do a little bit more offensively than Pascal. But at the same time, he's not getting the rock like that. So you might spot up like I don't know. I like to me, it's like they want him to space the floor because again, like I said, you have Precious who don't. You have a lot of their bigs don't really space the floor. So Thad could somewhat do that, but is he really going to be used like that? Is it going to be another Rodney Hood situation, right? So it's like I mean, they just got that because they wanted to get rid of Dragic, period. So every other deal fell through, and that's the one that like, okay, get rid of him and you get a pick. The pick is more so vital to them than Thad, to be honest. To be honest, if you really look at it from just just that kind of perspective. What are we doing here on IG? It was good. Dragic cost us a pick. I feel you, fam. I feel you. What do you think about? Damn, y'all coming in late asking me about the Sixers and Embiid, yo. When this live is done, y'all will see what I say. Y'all will see what I say. I can't keep going back and forth into that. I gotta advance the convo, fam. Nurse becomes Thibs 2.0. Oh, I know with the rotations. Honestly, like Svi, Mikhailou should be playing, fam. Mikhailou could get buckets and he could space the floor. Like, why is that man not playing? And his defense isn't garbage, yo. It's not garbage. Why is he not playing, yo? Like, dog, I don't know why Mikhailou isn't playing. I don't know what Nurse is doing in that. But it's like, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's what you see happening. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, dog, like, it's what elite looks like. That solid 8-4-5 type of guy off the bench. Yeah, solid a 1-2. But let's why don't I be upload dog? Man, I just had a newborn daughter, so the uploading be hard. I be on the night shift with her. So, uploading. I'm trying to do the best that I can. I'm gonna upload more, obviously. These videos take hella long. So I'm gonna do more. I get where you're coming from. Obviously, it's like, damn, I want to hear this fam. I want to hear fam talk, yo. But you know what I mean? Is getting rough. She's a menace. So you know what I mean? So you get what I'm saying? So we out here though. Don't get it twisted. Keep that notification on. I'm out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? Anyways, let's keep seeing what we got. What kind of questions y'all got? Oh, my fault. More trades. There's a couple 1-2 trade that the Jazz getting Nikhil, and that was from February 9th. Trading Joe Ingles. I mean, those are kind of role player type of picks. The Jazz getting Nikhil does help ball handling wise. You have another playmaker. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, that's nothing really too special because again, Nikhil, I think he needs his own team and he'll be a problem. But that's a different discussion. What are we talking about here? Who else? Oh, the Celtics got Derek White. That's an improvement. Josh Richardson. They got rid of Josh Richardson, Langford, and a couple picks. Derek White helps them as well. Defender, can shoot the three, can create a little bit of 1-2. That helps the Celtics, especially with spacing when you want to have Jalen and Jason have you want them to have that midi paint area. You want it to be free as much as possible. Josh Richardson did help, but it's like if I could flip him, I mean, you know what I mean? They're kind of essentially the same guy, Derek White and Josh Richardson. So it's like you're losing picks to get the same guy. Maybe he does more, with the Celtics, but it's like I mean, I don't. That's kind of redundant, the same shit. Jalen Smith. I like Jalen Smith with the Suns, man. But because they got Biyombo, they have McGee, and they have Ayton, it's like he's not really being used that much. Get back Torrey Craig, man, and he was crucial with them. So they lost Torrey Craig, they got him back. Montrez to the Hornets. I like Montrez to the Hornets, fam. I like Montrez to the Hornets, and Eubanks is Baines light. Yeah, I know his fee's nice, man. I like Eubanks. I'm not Eubanks. Damn, you threw me off, fam. I like who was I talking about? Montrezl Harrell with the Hornets. I like that because Plumlee, he has playmaking ability and stuff like that, and he does some good things. But like for the most part, man, they need that role threat. That role threat, even though Plumlee is that, he's not as aggressive, and there's bare times he has a layup and the man just pass up to the corner. Like you need a guy to be active down there and aggressive. That now it opens up the threes even more, right? Because what happens is you're not really guarding Plumlee because he's just playmaking all the time. Bare times he has an open dunk and he's doing that Ben Simmons kicking it out to the corner to like Bridges, and he has to shoot it with 2 on the clock. Like even just yesterday, you saw that with the Bulls versus the Bulls. You saw a lot, or 2 days ago, whatever it was. So you saw that a lot. So come on now, like Montrezl Harrell as a role threat and punching and being aggressive, like that definitely, like they need that. Him and LaMelo in the PNR, like that's gonna be vital. I like that move a lot for the Hornets. And Montrez wasn't really being used with the Wizards. They had, what's his name got healthy. They had Bertans. They had Thomas Bryant get healthy, which he's nice. You know what I'm saying? They have Gafford as well too. Like they have a lot of bigs. So they're trying to just, sometimes it's addition by subtraction, right? When you get rid of the log jam at a position, it frees up. Man's consistently know what I am, my minutes rotation, know what I'm doing. It clears a lot of things up. The roles set in. So a lot of the times, a lot of these trades are doing that, right? So it's like, it's just, you can't look at it from a just an individual standpoint. Dennis Schroeder gone. Now the Celtics got back Daniel Tice because they're like, yo, having a role that like that Daniel Tice component was crucial. I don't know why they let him go. You know what I mean? But they got him back. They realized what they were missing. Dennis Schroeder is gone, and his freedom. I hate his last name. And Bruno. Dennis is now with the Rockets. So honestly, Dennis, dog, from the bag to it's tough. Dennis is just bouncing now. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm Dennis, I'm cheese. But again, he wasn't really doing much with the Celtics. So maybe with the Rockets, he could snap, and then someone else is gonna want him, and he could re-sign and bet on himself. But like for the most part, Dennis Schroeder is having one hell of a run. Looking Fugazi, he's having one hell of a run, and it's just what I mean. It's just Fugazi. Aiden's efficiency is underrated. It is, but Aiden also, that's why he didn't get the bag. Aiden is essentially replaceable. As much as how Aiden is, and I like Aiden's game, you got to look at this. I was talking about this with the wife yesterday too. Like Ayton, that's why they didn't get the bag, and they took the bag and gave it to Bridges because for the most part, Ayton is replaceable. Ayton was injured. McGee stepped up, and Ayton is just pick, roll, lob threat. Pick, roll, lob threat, 1-2 bunny. That could be replaced. It's how the play style, how you're using the play style and your role in that play style. Can it be replaceable? And you have James Jones as an IQ hooper, knows that it's coming from the Chris Paul D-book dynamic in the PNR. You know what I'm saying? If Ayton's not there, yes, you lose some athleticism and whatever, but McGee does that. That's why you see McGee get 2015. Like even without Ayton, they were still winning. You put Biyombo, even without Ayton, they're still winning. As long as you have that lob threat, you do anyone you could. There's so many lob threats in the NBA. So Ayton is essentially, as much as he's snapping, he still looks replaceable to the GM and to the hooper. So it's like, dog, the play style is Chris Paul, D-book, do everything else, 3-and-D shooters, and then the role threat. And that's the perfect blend for the recipe for success. And Ayton is, it's unfortunate, but, he will probably get a bag, but I don't know if he's going to max it out. I don't know what that, you know what I mean? And it's just unfortunate. The Lakers, no trades. Who are they going to trade for, fam? Who are the Lakers going to trade for? All these men saying the Lakers trade. Who are they going to trade Russell Westbrook for, fam? Who's going to take on Russell Westbrook? Like, dog, people don't get it, yo. Like, they don't. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, yo. Who is Westbrook going to go for? Who is he going to go for, fam? Who's taking him? Who's taking him when you make him look hella atrocious? Who wants him? And the Lakers, they're going to give him up thinking like Ben Simmons when he first lost value. That's why Ben Simmons wasn't able to be traded right away. Over time, you could trade him. Because now when people clear their minds, you don't see fugaziness from him. Now he can be traded. Who the hell is Westbrook going to be traded for when you make him look atrocious and he's being the scapegoat, but yet in the same breath, you know it's Westbrook's name, so you want a lot for him? Who's doing that deal? Money-wise, contractually, play style-wise, like when you're making him look his worst. Who is taking him? That's why I'm like, yo, the Lakers are trying to trade. You're not trading him. You're going to trade him for peanuts and you're going to regret it. Because, again, you're just going to get role players. You want to trade him for a big name if you're going to trade him. That's why they want to wait. Because it's like, dog, that's why I said when they got into this Westbrook contract, it's over. You traded what you traded for him. It's over. You're going to live and die on that hill. And it's not that Westbrook is fugazi. Westbrook and LeBron together is one of the worst combos I've ever seen and ever knew to man. That's why I was like, dog, people thinking this is going to be elite. That's cap. Y'all in for a rude awakening. They're going to be 7th, 8th seed. They're going to be in the same playing situation like they were in last year. And look what they are. Even worse than that. And I called this from time. The footage don't lie to you, fam. The footage don't lie to you. It don't lie to you. The footage don't lie, yo. Like, dog, I was like, dog, what are y'all talking about, yo? Like, Trey, so you're asking some elite questions, yo. I got to finish all these. You're snapping, my boy. But yeah, dog, from time, like, dog, what are y'all talking about? What this man's really talking about? So that's why it's like, yo, they can't trade Westbrook. They're not making no trades. I already knew that. So we passed that. Anyways, you know what I mean? Like, that's fugaziness. And Westbrook being the scapegoat, that shit is crazy. But anyways, what else other I mean, I talked about all the other main trades. Like, there's 1-2 light trade. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what other trade happened? That's the main trades. So we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about for a couple before I end. You know what I mean? You're surprised that goes. Why would Golden State make a move, fam? City, come on now. You gotta do better than that. Why would Golden State make a move? Why would a team at that caliber make a move? When does that happen, yo? When does that happen, my boy? That don't happen. That's that they will be dumb to do that. I talked about the Norm trade, y'all, late. I said the Norm trade was elite, more creatives for the Clippers, more eliteness, you know what I'm saying? Small ball lineup gets more defined and more elite. And it's a beautiful for especially when PG and Kawhi come back. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, boy. It's Game Boy on Nintendo. You feel me? So, what else? The Nets best 5. It's play style. It's play style. But let me answer Trey So's question real quick. Post All-Star break players that can explode. I mean, as much Westbrook is one of them, but that's not gonna happen because the play style he's in. Because he normally explodes post All-Star break. He normally does. Ben Simmons he's gonna be the favorite to explode post All-Star break. And the Nets, they're gonna go on a win streak and they're gonna get back maybe the 5th, 4th seed. Maybe they jump higher. I don't know, but I would like them having the 5th seed lower and create history, being one of those teams that exits the Eastern Conference with a low seed and being on the road with Kyrie. But again, maybe the mandate changes. You never know. They paid a fine, so maybe it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Buckets on a platter don't matter. But Ben Simmons is one of them. Who else is one of them? I mean, when Zoe comes back, he's one of them. KP is going to be one of them with the Wizards, most definitely. Kuzma as well, because now Dinwiddie came back and he kind of halted some of how they were moving with the ball movement, the mobility, because he's a ball dominant guard, right? So that's why the Wizards are like, yo, get rid of this man. But I mean, it's not Dinwiddie's fault. He's nice. He just needs the right situation. And when he was injured, it was unfortunate. If he was different in the beginning, this Wizards situation would be a whole different because they would be grooving together. But him going out and they were forced to play with all these other guys creating and ball movement, and KCP has it, Kuz has it, and they were winning. Now Dinwiddie comes back and it's a different play style. He looks fugazi and he gets traded, right? KP is definitely gonna post All-Star break. He's gonna snap. Who else is gonna snap? Who else? And I'm going to talk about the Knicks, too. I'm going to talk about the Knicks because it's some bullshit. I'm going to talk about the Knicks. There's a lot to talk about. What's it called? Cleveland ceiling. Karis LeVert. I don't like what they're doing with Karis LeVert, too. Maybe it's just because it was one game. I'm not going to overreact. But there's no way Karis LeVert shouldn't be starting, fam. You traded for that kind of guy as a 6th man? What are we doing, fam? Cleveland, what are y'all doing? Put Okoro to the bench, yo. I know defensively and or D Wade, and he's not the D Wade. Put that and then make Okoro go to the power forward. Like, what are we doing? Karis LeVert should be starting. How are you gonna have him off the bench? I don't care who is who. I don't care if all the winning you've done. Change that shit. I don't know what Cleveland doing right there. That I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Why trade for the man to make him a 6-man? Are you Karis LeVert a 6-man? What are we talking about, yo? I didn't like that, but you know what I'm saying. Cleveland, that lineup where they have Allen, Markkinen, and what's his name, Mobley, blood clots, Okoro, and Garland, like the length that those guys have is crazy. Cleveland is under the radar and they nice. They nice. Don't get it twisted. They nice. Garland, bro, that boy shifty. Now Sexton, we're gonna see what's gonna happen there because it's unfortunate they win it now that he's out, even though he's not like he's a detriment. But it looks like that now that he's out, and it happens all the time. It takes one injury, it takes one sit out, and everybody else snaps to now you look like the problem. And it's unfortunate. I thought they were maybe going to trade him this deadline to make the team better, but maybe they're going to give him a chance next year when he comes back or whatever, or even whenever he comes back. Maybe don't give him a chance. So we'll see. But it's unfortunate for Sexton. I feel bad for him, because that boy's a dog. I like Tyrese in Indiana. I do. I talked about, damn, y'all coming in late, fam. I talked about all these trades. The Bucks. Oh, no, I didn't talk about the Bucks. Where Ibaka went to the Bucks, right? Let me see that. I'm pretty sure. My brain, man. Where did Ibaka go, fam? Y'all let me know. Ibaka, I see it. Yeah, he went to the Bucks. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, dog, you gotta understand, man. Like the Bucks have always been solid. Yeah, he went to the Bucks in the DiVincenzo trade, and he helps them pick pop, spot up. Like Ibaka's gonna help them. It's just sometimes when these trades happen, do they play them like they should be played? That's always a next question because especially when you're already winning, it's hard to integrate a new man and just change up on the fly unless you do a big trade. That part of what your main, focal point on offensively was traded. Now you shift. Like the Ben Simmons one, you see how he's going to be integrated easily. But like their core is still there with the Bucks. So now Ibaka, like again, Lopez is injured. So Ibaka will probably, but Portis is there. You have Ibaka, Portis, and Cousins. Now maybe Cousins they let go or doesn't play as much. Like I don't know, man. But for the most part, I like it for the Bucks. It's another pop shooter that fits in. He fits in perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Especially for Giannis. So, you know how that goes. But finals matchup, it's hard to tell right now. I got the Suns out the West, and I got the Nets out the East. But anything could change, injuries, all that type of stuff. But the Suns is the team I believe in the West, and the Nets is the team I believe in the East. If everything clicks how it's supposed to. Other than the Nets, I don't got the Bulls, even though I like the Bulls. Again, we have to wait and see how DeRozan plays playoff time. I think Pop, mentally changed him. I've always said DeMar had all the skill set in the blood clot the world. DeMar always had the skill set, always had the ability, but the mentality was weak, fam. Let's be honest. In the clutch time, I don't trust mine. But now you can see Pop mentally challenged him. We're now uncomfortable conversations, bodying him, benching him, all kinds of stuff. And now mentally he grew. Mentally he overcame that hurdle, and you could see it. You could see when you see a player playing with confidence, you could see it. You could just see it. Even though he's taking the same takes, it's not the same takes because of how confident he's moving. Like, dog, he's a whole different player. And this is what I always like growth in a player. As much as I kill a man when he's sussing, doesn't mean that I want him to just stay as that guy. No, advance your craft, get elite. I always rate that. At the end of the day, everyone has the ability to do that. And I want that to happen, especially, you like as a hooper, you love seeing that because the work man's put in. I'll never knock anybody on their work outside of the game, but at the end of the day, you got to assess what's happening on the court. And he mentally was weaker. Now he's mentally strong. You could see it, even just the game winners back to back. Like he's snapping in the clutch. Like you can see it's a whole different. You never seen this type of guy in Toronto. You never seen this with exuding with that confidence. Like he walks in the building like he's KD, fam. Give me the ball in the clutch. LaVine is passing to you in the clutch, and LaVine that boy too. He's walking with that confidence, with that swagger. So now, does it translate to playoffs? Does the demons come back? Is he the same guy? Is he this new guy? Is he the different animal, same beast, different animal, or sorry, same animal, different beast, or different animal, same beast? Whatever that quote is, Kobe, you already know. You know me. So we'll find out and we'll see. But again, I can't just ride and say the Bulls coming out the East. If it's not the Nets, it's the Bucks. The Bucks is still that. The Bucks is still that. That's my picks of the East. If it's not the Nets, it's the Bucks. I don't believe in the Sixers. Bulls have to wait and see. And everybody else, you know what I mean? And they fit in where they fit in. But those are the two, to be honest. Those are the two. Now, let's really look. Let's really dive into Heat or Bulls. Oh, I forgot about the Heat. That's my fault. The Heat is up there too, but there's something about they haven't collectively meshed with everybody because of the injuries. You know what I'm saying? Still, Lowry obviously has came back now, but like I like the Heat too. I do. I really do. The Heat is in there too. I won't gonna lie. Those three is between those three teams. It's just something with the Heat sometimes. Sometimes it's like the shooting capabilities is just the confidence from three. Like sometimes they struggle. Like so, you know what I mean? It's just something with the Heat sometimes that is like they don't play to their full potential sometimes. Even though I don't get it, I'm not talking about regular season. I'm just talking about playoffs. I could see how it could change and whatever. But the Bucks, like after they won that chip, you could see they even more up tempo than they ever been. Like they're out of here. Like they stepped into a new pedestal, a new stepping stone. They stepped into something brand new, and it's like we could just see it. You could see it. Shooting capabilities, everything, man. So it's like, dog, this is what elite looks like, man. It's what elite looks like. Honestly, like it's between those three. If I had to pick, it's between those three. If I had to choose, I'm choosing the Nets, but you know why. So let's keep going. What else happened? The Bucks still. Nah, the Nets about to win these. I got the Nets coming out these, fam. I do. Cleveland ceiling this year. Cleveland, if all goes well, can go to the Eastern Conference Finals. If everything pans out and they line up well, that's their ceiling. I don't see them coming out the East. Their max potential this year, I see Eastern Conference Finals if everything clicks right. But then again, a lot of them is new coming into the playoffs, so that chances of that happening is low. But if they were to max it out, that's their max. I don't see them going past Eastern Conference Finals, and also depends who you face and all that type of stuff. The matchups, like you know what I mean. If I had to guess, second round would probably be where they fall because normally new teams don't reach their max potential, especially with new experienced type of guys. They kind of go in the middle or they underachieve. So, if I just had to guess, it'll be a second round exit if I had to put my bets on it. Trey, so I see you with the questions, fam. I see you with the questions, fam. I see you. What up to the insider, my boy? Yeah, so dog, honestly, a lot of YouTube, you guys are snapping the questions. How far can the Raptors go? That's a great question. The Raptors, honestly, they're the 6th seed right now. I think that where they will probably, like, again, they're the 6th seed. So normally the 6th seed winning the first round matchup is going to be an upset. So them going to the second round would actually be a win in this first year with Scotty and whatever. And, they have the deficiencies. The fact that they were at where they were at in out the playing picture. Now they're out the playing picture, but in the 6th seed. So that's even they literally flipped the whole script. So if they were to get to the second round, that would be a win season for the way they started and the way they ended. That would be a win season. Going to the conference finals, I don't see that. I see potentially, depending who they play, they can maybe get to the second round and upset somebody. But if you had to guess, a 6th seed normally is out in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So like, it depends who they face. If they go second round, if they face someone great, they're out in the first round. But like they'll push the needle, maybe 7 games, 6 games. You know what I mean? If they're facing a juggernaut, maybe 5. I don't know, but I'm not gonna lie to myself and say the Raptors are a conference final team, and they're not doing that. They're not doing that. They need one more piece and stuff like that. You know what I mean? To really make that push, really make that. Imagine the Raptors had Evan Mobley, fam. Like, yo. Anyways. That's nobody's fault. It's just a thought. Anyway, so what are we going to? What are we going to here, yo? We got more. A lot of y'all joining hella late, fam. Y'all are joining hella late. I've been talking, since what, 4:15? We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here, though. Okay, what else? What other questions do we have, yo? Sorry. Let me talk about that, yo. Let me talk about that, fam. I know Cousins went to Denver. That's my fault. Good point. I forgot. I saw him the other day bully somebody in Denver when he bullied the Nets or 1-2. My fault. He's back in Denver. So yeah, Ibaka makes perfect sense then. Even more so for the Bucks. You got Portis, Ibaka until Lopez come back. That's beautiful. He's gonna play. But again, when Lopez comes back, how does that big man trio work? All right. But I see Ibaka. He's gonna be vital. He's gonna be vital. Very because he could shoot. So he can even go to the 4 if he needs to. Right. Go to the 5, go to the 4. He could do what Bobby Portis did last year. Really good shooter. You know what I mean? So it's just beautiful. Yeah, let's talk about the Knicks for a second, fam. Yo, people are killing Julius Randle, and I don't do that. My brain works, fam. I don't do that. We don't do that out here. We think things logically. Randle was the number one option. Go to him at all times. He even got doubled and tripled in the playoffs versus the Hawks. Numbers were atrocious. Ended up panning out not to look that bad, but it was that bad, right? Now people are looking at it. Oh my God, worse than Siakam. Forget that point. Oh my God, Julius Randle's Fugazi. Dog, when you now believe in somebody as your number one option, they carry you to a 4th seed, right? Signs a deal to go back to the Knicks. He's thinking, coming in with the mindset, okay, I'm the number one option still. Now they're giving me another chance to redeem. We out here. I'm that guy. We're gonna add a 1-2, ancillary pieces, add a 1-2 guys, and then from there we go move forward, and we increase. I'm like the Trae Young. I'm the Trae Young to the Hawks. I'm the Trae Young to the Knicks, like what Trae Young is to the Hawks. I'm that guy. I'm the focal point. Now all of a sudden, Kemba comes, Fournier comes. You know what I'm saying? You change the dynamic. So now Julius Randle is operating not in a number one option, comfortable situation. He's operating in, where do I get my spots? Where do I pick my poison? Where do I do this? Like, it's a whole complete dynamic. Then now Kemba's there looking Fugazi. That's what they say because you don't play defense, or they say his defense is weak. It's Kemba's fault. They bench him. They still not winning. He comes back. He eats. They bench him. They still not winning. Like, what are we talking? Like, is everyone's looking Fugazi other than RJ Barrett and Fournier when he snaps? So it's like, dog, if RJ Barrett emerges because, man, like, it's not like Julius Randle. It's a rhythm thing. It's a mindset, mentality change, shift type of thing, comfortability thing in terms of Julius Randle. So like the Knicks they always find a way to mess something up. It's the Knicks, yo. It's the Knicks. Y'all find a way to mess up something that's working that should actually just improve. Kemba, Julius Randle, and all, it should work. It should work. You're telling me because Derrick Rose is out, that's the reason? Maybe it is, but it should work. But no, like Thibs sometimes too. It's like Thibs could coach you in his one way. If it's not that and you're not doing this defensively, it's like he can't adjust, yo. Thibs too, he's part of the problem. He don't adjust. He wants to use that same Bulls type of team, yo. Not everybody is. Come on, now adjust. Kemba don't have to play defense like that. Hide him. Every other team do that. Does Luka snap on defense? They hide him. Does Curry snap on defense? They hide him. Does Harden snap on defense? They don't hide him, but they hide him. Like, what are we talking about, yo? Like, dog, you don't have to. Like, he needs to change, man. Popovich changed, and that's why he still was winning. Thibs needs to change, fam. He needs to change. He needs to change, yo. What are we talking about, yo? What are we other than the Nets? They got a shot. Yeah, I feel you. Toronto making it past first round. I just talked about that. What else? What other questions y'all have, yo? Let me read the YouTube comments real quick. Dog, I talked about all the trades. I've been out here for a minute. You feel me? I appreciate y'all tuning in. For the most part, dog. So what LA looks like with the Sixers, Ben Simmons, that trade. But I'm amped, yo. Especially because Ben Simmons gets to shut everybody up. Ben Simmons can shut everybody up. I've been waiting for this moment, yo. Because I hate Cap Tackler. I hate Capery. I hate Cappuccino. Actually, I like it. But I hate Cap, yo. What are we talking about? Like, dog, man's are in for a rude awakening. The way you kill Simmons, like he's the reason. The man averaged, 14, 10, 10, whatever it was in the season. And in that series, he averaged the same thing. So he's the reason, though? He's the reason, though? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Don't do it, yo. Don't come on now. Man's need to think deeper, yo. Man's need to think deeper. Man's need to think deeper, yo. It's just you can't be moving like that, yo. What do you think? The Grizzlies. That's a good question. The Grizzlies ceiling in the playoffs. The Grizzlies, dog. The Grizzlies is what elite looks like, fam. The Grizzlies is what elite looks like. Remember, Dylan Brooks is still not back. And I was talking about this the other day with one, two people on the mic, and I'm like, who's in the West, right? We got the Suns, we got the Suns, we got the Warriors, we got the Jazz, we got the Nuggets, we got the Mavs. Those are the five, right? In order, even basically. Who else is missing? Right? And then you had the Grizzlies. Those are the top six. You're telling me the Grizzlies can't make it to the conference finals? The Grizzlies, depending on the position, they're third seed right now. So they would face the Warriors in the second round. You telling me the Grizzlies can't beat the Warriors and they beat them in the play-in, though? I know it's a different team. Don't get it twisted. But is it really that different, even though it's different? You're telling me, I'm talking about how they operate, right? You shut down Steph Curry. Is Clay healthy enough to do his Game 6 Clay at an operated high level? We have to wait and see. But the Grizzlies have the blueprint. Like, the Warriors don't want to see the Grizzlies in the playoffs. Remember, the Grizzlies aren't like a new team that just came on the scene here out of nowhere. They're not a new team. Ben was the problem. He was mentally weak. Dog, y'all are not serious, man. I talked about this already. I'm not even going to dive into that. Let me finish my Grizzlies take. The Grizzlies, again, they're not just a new team that stepped on the scene. If you really pay attention, they, in the bubble, pushed the Blazers to the last, basically the last shot, right? Then the next year, had to win 2 games to make it to the 8th seed. Remember, they were the 9th seed. They were 10th or 9th seed, whatever they were. They were the 9th seed. Beat the 10th seed, right? The Spurs, I think it was. And then what happened? Beat the Warriors, who dropped from 8, to 9, because now they lost to the Grizzlies. So they had to win 2 straight. They won that. And patted Steph Curry. Dylan Brooks boxing won him. Guard him the whole time. You're not doing nothing. Now it's a different Warriors team, yes. But they've been in these playoff intense Game 7 like one and done situations. Yes, they lost in 5 to the Jazz, but that was a mismatch. The Grizzlies are a new team. Remember, they had JV. Now they don't. They have Adams. Different dynamic, different ball game, right? They have and it's not that JV's weak, but defensively, girth, strength, screens, whatever. Jaren Jackson improved, right? Desmond Bane rose. John Morant rose. No pun, even because he's athletic. Everybody getting better. The Grizzlies now a 3rd seed. If they keep that, they lock it in and they keep being the 3rd seed, they could go to the conference finals and face the Suns. They can. People acting like they can't, or like the Warriors are just guaranteed to beat there. Like, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Grizzlies are nice. Grizzlies are nice. Grizzlies aren't touching. Do you know the Grizzlies just beat the Warriors in the play-in, man? I know it's a different team, but I'm talking about, look at this schematically. The Grizzlies have the personnel to lock in Steph Curry. That Steph Curry that has to be elite to win is not going to be the same Steph Curry versus the Grizzlies. Pay attention. Pay attention. Personnel. Dylan Brooks on him. Even if Dylan Brooks ain't on him, you put Bane, you put whoever. They can lock in on him, and they have the blueprint. Taylor Jenkins is a nice coach, yo. They have the blueprint. I'm telling you, man. Dog. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, fam. But, before I get out of here, it's a different team, different dog. Obviously, it's a different team and different situation, but they're always centered around Steph Curry. Steph Curry being who he has to be is actually doesn't change, even if it's a different team. Look at it from this angle. Are you going to say the Warriors are going to beat a team in a 7-game series if Steph Curry averages 15 to 20? And then Wiggins has to average 30. Poole has to average 20. Like, Clay has to snap and be the real Clay. Are you telling me the Warriors can live in that in 7 games? Can they live in that in 7 games? Steph Curry has to be who he has to be. There's no KD anymore. Any team that's facing the Warriors will live with Wiggins averaging 30, will live with Poole averaging 30 or 20, will live with the other guys being the other guys. It comes down to Steph. He can't escape that no more. He can't escape that no more. You'll see. You'll see. I'll come back to you, East West. You'll see. You'll see. I'm not saying the Warriors are weak or nothing like that. I'm saying the Grizzlies, matchup wise, have the personnel to lock in on Steph. The Suns, matchup wise, have the personnel to lock in on Steph. Bridges on like lengthy defender. Bridges on Steph. It's not Steph. It's different. It's different. I didn't say 7 games. I said for majority out of them. That's all you have to do is do it for 4 games. It's capable. Steph has even dropped his numbers, fam. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that kind of discussion. I've been talking for a hell of a minute. I feel y'all. Again, before I leave, for y'all who came in last, yes, Dallas, should have not that they shouldn't have traded KP. If they trade KP for Bertans, it fits the play style. I'm not mad at that because KP wasn't comfortable. You're making KP, who's a creator, a post-up dominant guy. You're making him just be a shooter. He's not going to thrive in that role. He's not going to. And like you saw, the numbers without KP and with KP is not far off. Sorry, the wins. So again, they want a better just shooter personnel-wise because Luka runs the same offense like James Harden, PNR to switch. I get the mismatch on the big, or PNR for the lob threat, or and then Bertans, they want a spot-up shooter. Bertans fits that mold better than KP because he's a lights-out shooter. But the reason why that trade makes no sense is the Dinwiddie component, and they didn't ship him. So like I don't know what they're gonna do with the Dinwiddie component with the Mavs. You already have Brunson running the ball and creating when Luka's out the game. Like I don't know what they're doing there. Maybe because they want when Luka's not there, Dinwiddie run the PNR and exist the same way because Dinwiddie could do that. You've seen him do that in Brooklyn, but it's like that to me is the confusion. Other than that, the trade is half the trade is good. The second half of the Dinwiddie part, I don't like it. It makes no sense. But maybe it makes sense when the way they use him. But not like, are you gonna start him? Are you like, what are you like? It's just confusing. But again, before I end, yo, Ben Simmons was not frail. Ben Simmons was not weak. I'm saying it for the last time again. He was not mentally frail. He was in an uncomfortable situation, so he looked fugazi. Like I said before, is Westbrook fugazi? Is Westbrook mentally frail? Isn't he a mentally strong guy? You see that and you know it. But doesn't he look mentally weak right now with the Lakers? Because what happens is when you take a guy and put him in his weakness and make him live in his weakness all day, every day, they become a shell of themselves. They're mentally not strong in terms of who they want to be aggressively. They're not comfortable. The rhythm is off. They're like, what is this? They don't know what to do. And that's how Ben Simmons was looking with Embiid. It's not that he's fugazi. It's not that he's fugazi. It's the fact that he was living in a weakness situation, fam. And that's what I try to tell people, yo. Like, dog, he's going to be night and day with the Nets now. He's going to be night and day with the Nets now. I'm telling yo, this is going to be beautiful, yo. I can't wait. I can't wait. I wish he could suit up today, yo. I wish they could suit up today and be ASAP. But you know how that goes. You know how that goes. You're gonna see Ben Simmons like, dog. You can, oh man, he got stronger. Ben Simmons is therapist. They don't have no damn therapist. That's cap. Ben Simmons don't have no therapist, fam. It's cap tackler. No therapist. What are you talking about? Exactly. They both lived in the paint, just sitting there. He has no therapist. It's just smack talk. It's just PR. He's chilling. He's been the same guy chilling. I'm waiting for trade me. That's what he said. I don't care about the money. Trade me, and I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna listen, y'all, dog. And besides this, you don't have to shoot. You don't have to shoot to be elite. Giannis proved that. There's bare guys who prove that. You have to shoot to be elite if the paint is clogged, yes. You get what I'm saying? Come on now, yo. Anyways, I'm out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? Dog. What are you South Side? I don't know what you talking about, fam. I don't know what you talking about. You'll see. Just wait. Keep that same energy. When the man's snapping and he looks completely like a whole different player, averaging 20, 10, and 10, or whatever the case is, Giannis did not really improve the free throw shooting. What are you talking about? He did that one game, yes, but it's still the same. It's still like you let me before I exit. Guys are able to improve when they're comfortably sitting in a comfortable situation. Like I said, Giannis doesn't have to shoot a three. He could go a game without shooting no three and still get his numbers. He can still get his numbers, right? Giannis can still do that. He adds the three because he's so comfortable in his strength right now. Now you're feeling good. You're like, yo, I can shoot the three. I'm gonna add more to my game because if that is off, I could just go to this. Ben Simmons wasn't able to go to this. He wasn't able to go to nothing because MB's just sitting in the paint. So now you want him when he's in his weakness to now shoot the three. It don't make no sense, which is why now the free throws, everything is at its worst. When you're now living in your strength, everything will improve. The free throws will improve. You get confidence in your whole game as overall. People don't understand the mentality in basketball. They just look at what they see and then they just react. Y'all don't get it, man. Y'all will get it when he leaves. Y'all will get it. Y'all will get it. Maybe not 20, 10, and 10, 18, 8, and 8, 18, 9, and 9. Like, he's going to be Draymond times 2. You'll see, fam. You will see. You will see, yo. You will see. It is what it is. You already know. Exactly. Surrounded by shooters, and now the whole paint is free. And the lead ability with KD, Kyrie do pin downs. You're gonna guard it, slip, punch, dog. Transition rebound, I'm gone. Shooters on the wings. Yo, really go look at Ben Simmons without Embiid and see how he played. Now go look at Ben Simmons with Embiid and see how he played. That will tell you everything. It's night and day, fam. It's night and day. Anyways, you already know it's true talks are true talks. I appreciate y'all, man. You already know we out here. There's no doubt here and there's no drought here. I appreciate y'all. The live was bumping on YouTube. It was at almost 50 until we had a malfunction. Then now we've been at 30 less. But it is what it is. Spread the word. I appreciate y'all. This will be up for y'all to watch back if y'all came in. No, Harden will not. You'll see. Go All-Star Eagles. When I put this up, go back and watch. I talked about Harden. Even the past video, I talked about Harden and all of that and how I was good for both sides. As much as I cuss y'all and I roast y'all and we roast each other, you already know I appreciate y'all, man. You already know East West. I appreciate y'all. South Side, all y'all who come in the comments and talk y'all shit and get it active and get the topics going. I appreciate y'all on IG. I appreciate y'all as well too. You already know it is what it is. We ending right now. We can watch it back. I hope y'all were entertained. DM me if you have any more questions or whatever. I'm interactive. I talk with y'all. You already know. Spread the word, yo. We growing. It's a slow grind, but it's a slow grind. I appreciate the slow grind more than the other because you already know when I'm there and when I'm here, I'm here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. And I'm out, man. I'm out. Fox is literally on the brink of being an all-star. He's not even near his potential. So it's like, why would people be?
Well, speaking of the West, our Adrian Wojnarowski reported that obviously the Lakers had didn't done any deals, and now they are shifting their focus to the buyout market. Now, you know what? I think we can talk about the Lakers focus on the buyout market, but I think the more important and pressing question.
What were you saying about Steph Curry?
He's so fast. Look at that man right here. Watch what he's doing. What he doing?
What were you saying about Steph Curry?
He's so fast. Look at that man right here. Watch what he's doing. What he doing?
What were you saying about?
Live on IG. Look, he just pocket four. Live on it. It's off. Free throws. Everything is at its worst. When you're not living in your strength, everything will improve. The free throws will improve. You get confidence in your whole game as overall. People don't understand the mentality of basketball. They just look at what they see and then they just react. Y'all don't get it, man. Y'all will get it when he leaves. Y'all will get it. Y'all will get it. Maybe not 2010 and 10, 1888, 1899, like he's gonna be Draymond time soon. You'll see, man. You will see. You will see. You will see. It is what it is. You already know. Exactly, surrounded by shooters, and open is free, and the leadability with KD, Kyrie, who pin downs. Oh, you're gonna guard the slip, punched up. Transition rebound not gone. Shooters on their ways. Yo, really go look at Ben Simmons without Embiid and see how he played. Now go look at Ben Simmons with Embiid and see how he played. That will tell you everything. It's night and day. It's night and day. Sure.
Wife, she good? Wife? Wife?
Yeah.
She good?
Yeah. She's in the shower.
Oh. You okay? Did you see my live? You running the live? You weren't in the live? I said you weren't in the live?
No, I didn't have time to. And then the internet kept cutting out.
What do you mean?
The thing kept freezing.
You sure you were connected to the right internet?